Alright, so I was about to start editing the video that I recorded from the post-game reaction. I was losing the first overall pick. And I get a tweet from Adam Schefter that, what? The Patriots have fired head coach Jerod Mayo. Oh my God. Now, there's been rumblings about us firing Jerod Mayo just because the team is so undisciplined. He's a defensive-minded head coach. And with the media, he either backtracks or misspeaks and has to walk back on it. And the Patriots have now had back-to-back 13 lost seasons. So Jerod Mayo being fired isn't really surprising. Not really. The defense just fell off a cliff. And unfortunately for him, I like Jerod Mayo. He's a Patriots legend. He'll always be a Patriots legend in my book. He had a quote where he's like, "Oh, I'm not wearing this pin that I usually wear for Robert Kraft. Y'all probably gonna make a story out of it. Now he's gone." I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A lot of people aren't gonna feel bad for Jerod Mayo, that Patriots fan. I'm not gonna lie. Just watching him as a player, obviously I'm only 22 and I haven't watched his name super long of the NFL. I caught the tail end of his NFL career. But I like Jerod Mayo. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't want Jerod Mayo from the beginning." I wanted Jerod Mayo from the beginning. I'll be honest with y'all. That's 2020. He's just not ready for the job yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Jerod Mayo is still on Patriots staff because the Krafts love him. Maybe he's still there as the linebackers coach. Maybe I don't think this is the last we see of Jerod Mayo in New England. He's loved by the Krafts. Not loved enough apparently because he got fired, but they still have love for him, I should say. Like I mentioned though, we'll see what happens. Ben Johnson, you are a New England Patriot, or Mike Vrabel, like I mentioned throughout this video that I'm about to put right after this clip, you might be a Patriot. I don't love the defensive minded head coaches, but he's a leader, and I would take Mike Vrabel. Wow. Let's just go ahead and before I get off, just read up on these tweets. But am I surprised that Mayo's no longer a Patriot? No. We lost the game they're supposed to win for the first overall pick. Going from the first pick to the fourth pick. This malpractice, this embarrassment of the game of football. I just don't think that Jerod Mayo is ready for the job yet. Just incompetent football being played by the team. Undisciplined. The development of the team has been awful. The only pick that's really hit so far has been Drake May, and he literally fell right in our lap. We got our first reception this season today from Javon Baker. Polk's been awful. What's it called? Defensive lineman Layden Robinson and Caden Wallace have not been good. And you waited a while to start Drake May, even though he said Brissett was the best in camp. He just misspeaks. The team is just... The roster's awful. Don't get it fucked up. The roster is awful, but... we'll always have Jerod Mayo's week 1 win, went up the hill against the Bengals, and then he went out, I guess, with a bang for himself, and though really didn't win the last game of the season. So he wins his first game, his last game, he still gets fired. This time that the Patriots are going to have a haul this offseason, whether that's with Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel, or if Elliott Wolf's there, because Elliott Wolf is not getting enough slander for my liking. The roster is terrible. The development's been awful. But yeah, let's go ahead and read up on these tweets and let's see. So I saw that Ian Rappaport had came out with a tweet and okay, so Ian Rappaport says, to be specific, this firing only affects Jerod Mayo. The front office remains intact. Like, he's not getting enough slander. Elliott Wolf is not getting enough slander. So yeah, the Patriots win. They lose the first overall pick and then they fire Jerod Mayo. The Patriots, the New England Patriots went 24 years with one head coach, Bill Belichick, but now move on from his successor, Jerod Mayo, after just one season. The Patriots will now be will now be on their third head coach in 3 years. So we have Drake May in plenty of cap space, says Ian Rappaport says, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do feel bad for Jerod Mayo. I do feel bad for Jerod Mayo. Because he's a good guy. He's just wrong place wrong timing right now for Jerod Mayo. You feel what I'm saying? He's just not ready to be a head coach now. And that's fine. He was a linebackers coach. He wasn't even like a defensive coordinator. He wasn't calling the plays. So it was always an interesting hire, but this is a guy that they have love for. I do expect him to be back on the Patriots staff. Maybe like an assistant head coach, maybe something. But I think Jerod Mayo was going to stay in New England. When was the last time a coach got fired and stayed on the staff? Maybe he like moved up to like, you know, the front office, kind of like Brad Stevens going from head coach to like the best GM in basketball. Him and Sam Presti, but Thunder. We have a legacy game going on, but I'm not able to watch it because I'm watching NFL right now, sweating this out. But let's go ahead and read this statement from both Robert Kraft and just from Robert Kraft. That's from the son Jonathan Kraft, but it's not. So it's from Patriots chairman, CEO, and owner Robert Kraft. After the game today, I informed Jerod Mayo that he will not be returning as the head coach of the New England Patriots in 2025. For me personally, this was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. I know he loves Jerod Mayo. This is absolutely just got to be absolutely suck for him. I have known Jerod for 17 years. He earned my respect and admiration as rookie in 2008 and throughout his career for his play on the field, his leadership in the locker room, and the way he conducted himself in our community. When he joined our coaching staff, his leadership was even more evident as I saw how the players responded to him. When other teams started requesting to interview him, I feared I would lose him and committed to making him our next head coach. Winning our season opener at the road in Cincinnati only strengthened my convictions. Unfortunately, the attributed year of the season performance throughout the season did not ascend as I had hoped. In the first win, I remember I saw something like a notification on the police report that the first one gave us like false hope. Like, no, we knew that team was dog shit. We barely beat them with fucking running the game through Cincinnati's dog shit defense and putting up like 17 points or 16, whatever the hell it was. Since buying the team, I have always considered myself and my family as custodians of a public asset. We have tremendous fans who expect and deserve a better product than we have delivered in recent years. I apologize for that. I had to give it much thought and consideration as to what actions I can take to expedite our return, the championship contention, and determine this move was the best option at this time. I'm grateful for Jerod's many contributions to the New England Patriots throughout his career and will always be rooting for his success. I appreciate all his hard work and hope the experiences gained will help him in the future, as I still believe he'll be a successful head coach in this league. I wish Jerod and his family nothing but success in the future. Yeah. I wish Jerod Mayo nothing but success as well. Sucks to see him go out this way because he was beloved as a New England Patriot, and just remember Sigmund Silent as the linebackers coach. I believe it was the inside linebackers coach, and for him to go out like this, it's brutal, but it had to be done. Some things aren't meant to be for now. Maybe they circle back. Not saying that Jerod Mayo will ever be the head coach of the Patriots. I think that ship has sailed. Obviously, they just fired him. Let's be fucking for real here. But you come back in the staff as like assistant coach, you know, linebackers coach, maybe defensive coordinator, because DeMarcus Covington, you got to be next. DeMarcus Covington reeks. Alex Van Pelt, he could stay for now, but if Ben Johnson comes to the Patriots, Alex Van Pelt, he can get out of here. So for them firing Mayo, they have to have a plan for successor for Mayo now. Now, is that Mike Vrabel, or is that demon himself, Ben Johnson? Let's see. But Jerod Mayo, thank you for your time, the Patriots. Hopefully you're back in the staff, just not coaching wise. And we obviously are going to look to, you know, he had to hire some coaches. Whoever comes in as the head coach ends up, you know, taking his staff out the way. And Belichick says you want to take some of those guys to UNC. Maybe that's Jerod Mayo. I don't know. I think that's going to be at least his son, Brian Belichick, who's coaching the safeties right now. Brian Belichick is with Washington as their DC, and he'll end up being Belichick's successor at UNC. So we'll see. But yeah, double upload. I thought about making all in one, but it'll be like 40 minutes. I'll make this video on its own right after I upload the Patriots game recap. So 4th overall pick, Jerod Mayo gone. What a day for the New England Patriots. Not ideal whatsoever. Feel awful for Jerod Mayo, but like I mentioned, it just had to be done. But other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, your boy John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.